there, amazing listeners, and welcome back to Let's Read. I'm Moonbeam, and we're diving into the latest chaos from My Disciple Died Again. Last time, Zhu Yao found herself forcefully taken as a personal disciple by the utterly uncommunicative ancestral grandmaster Yu Yan, who then gave her the incredibly unfortunate name of Zhu Wang, which sounds a lot like desire. And all of this after a series of head-bonking collisions. Poor Zhu Yao. Today, we're tackling Chapter 7, Don't Look for Trouble and Trouble Will Not Come. And this chapter really makes you feel for Zhu Yao's learning curve in this new magical world. So Yu Yan, our stoic ancestral grandmaster, is genuinely baffled by his new disciple, Zhu Yao. He just can't understand why she's so unwilling to cultivate. I mean, she has the innate lightning spirit vein, which means she's practically destined to become an immortal. Sure, she's a little old, her words, not mine, but to a powerful cultivator like him, a body is just a vessel. He's confident he can help her reach Azoth Core before her lifespan ends, and when she can shapeshift, age won't even matter. He ponders the history of his Jade Forest Mountain. It's been around for hundreds of thousands of years, but it's only had a tiny number of disciples. Why? Because they only take in lightning spirit vein holders, the most mystical spirit vein in the world. You see, to cultivate and become a deity, you go through 6 stages: essence, foundation, Azoth, nascent soul, demigod, and ascension, each with 11 levels. When you break through to a new stage in the lower levels, you draw in lightning strikes. Small breakthroughs, weak lightning. Big breakthroughs, powerful lightning. This heavenly lightning is pure spiritual energy, capable of destroying everything. Most cultivators just have to endure it, using all their energy to defend themselves. But wait, there's more. When you try to ascend, you face 9 types of tribulations, including 81 bolts of purple extreme heavenly lightning, each tens of thousands of times stronger than a regular strike. Many powerful cultivators have fallen under its might. Even demigods at the end of their lifespan fear it. But lightning spirit vein holders? They're different. They have an innate ability to absorb lightning spiritual energy. For them, tribulations aren't life-threatening. They're just a massive spiritual energy buffet. With such a heaven-defying spirit vein, they practically have to ascend. But here's the kicker. This spirit vein is incredibly rare. The last one appeared 16,000 years ago, and that person was Yu Yan himself. He became a disciple at 3, reached Essence Paragon at 5, Foundation at 10, formed his Azoth Core at 20, nascent soul in 100 years, demigod in 1,000, and became number 1 in the cultivation world at demigod Paragon in just 6,000 years. He's a true legend due to his terrifying cultivation speed. But this legend has been stuck as a demigod for exactly 10,000 years, not because he can't ascend, but because he couldn't find another lightning spirit vein disciple to pass on his unique cultivation method, which only Jade Forest Mountain possesses. So even with a deity's body, he stayed in the lower realm, waiting for his successor. And now that successor has finally appeared, but she's totally unwilling. She made a strange face when he gave her a name, and all she wants is to go back to the mortal realm. Is she saying that his magnificent Jade Forest Mountain, the peak of cultivation, can't compare to the filthy lands of the mortal realm? Yu Yan is not happy. Please, I really don't wish to become a deity, Zhu Yao pleads, on the verge of tears. Please let me go and allow me to happily roll my way out of here. She still doesn't want to be called Desire. Yu Yan frowns slightly. An idea sparks in his mind. He chants an incantation, and Zhu Yao, who was mid-plea, suddenly thuds to the ground, kneeling. What are you planning to do? Zhu Yao is shocked, thinking he's going to kill her. She tries to get up, but her body won't obey. She's forced to kowtow 3 times in front of the ice caveman. Before she can react, Yu Yan extends 2 fingers and lightly taps her forehead. She feels a chilling energy, then warmth, and finally, a flower-like mark appears on her forehead. From today on, you are my personal succeeding disciple. This imprint is the proof that I have accepted you as my disciple. Tomorrow morning, arrive at the top of the Jade Forest Mountain. I will personally pass down the cultivating techniques to you. And with that, he flashes away, gone from her sight. Zhu Yao touches her still chilly forehead, feeling like crying. You can't just forcefully bind me like that. Zhu Yao, now a forced cultivator, is very unhappy. She sighs. Talking sense to him is clearly useless. They're on completely different wavelengths. She looks around and sees nothing but endless green grasslands and a towering mountain range. She wants to cry even more. Where am I? At least point me in a direction. Is it really okay to disappear this irresponsibly? She then thinks of little Wimp Wang. She just wanted to do a good deed, and now she's dug her own grave. Doing good deeds these days is hard. It seems she has no choice but to follow the path of a deity now. But the immediate problem is, where does she go? The Ice Caveman told her to find him at the top of Jade Forest Mountain tomorrow. Zhu Yao glances at the mountain peak piercing the clouds in front of her and almost loses it. The hell? This mountain looks exactly like Mount Everest. You must be kidding me, right? It's at this moment that Zhu Yao finally understands the idiom, don't look for trouble and trouble will not come. She deeply regrets rejecting the Ice Caveman's offer to take her as a disciple earlier. If she hadn't, he wouldn't have angrily forced her, and even worse, he wouldn't have dumped her in this barren land to fend for herself. After all, she's just been taken in as a disciple. It's not a loss. And seeing how those people in the hall treated him, her master is clearly someone of extremely high caliber. With him backing her up, it's not a bad thing at all. Even if she offended that red cloth lady earlier, she probably wouldn't dare cause her any trouble now. In fact, if Zhu Yao had gone back to the mortal realm, that lady might have found ways to torture her. He's clearly a savior who descended from the heavens. With this realization, Zhu Yao's resentment towards her wonderful master completely vanishes. Instead, a wave of gratitude washes over her, and she even finds the motivation to climb the mountain. But that gratitude vanishes the moment she reaches the base of the mountain. No matter how far she climbs, it feels like she'll never reach the top. The hell, she groans. She finally understands why that Ice Caveman told her to find him tomorrow morning, because she ends up spending an entire day and night climbing that mountain. Only when the sun is high in the sky on the second day does she finally reach the summit. Dog-tired, she collapses on the ground, unable to move a single limb. Meanwhile, her certain master, Yu Yan, had been sitting in his room all night, anxiously waiting for his new disciple to report. When he finally decides to personally investigate why she hasn't arrived, he opens his door and sees a body lying sprawled on the floor in front of his house. It's covered entirely in dirt, hair a mess, and her pale face is dotted with purple marks, as if she'd smacked into things repeatedly. If he hadn't been able to sense the lingering anger emanating from her body, he might have genuinely thought his newly acquired lightning spirit vein disciple had vanished. Just like that. Oh, Zhu Yao, you poor, unfortunate soul, forced into cultivation, given a questionable new name, and now utterly exhausted from climbing an impossible mountain. It seems her new master is powerful, but not exactly a good tour guide. What will happen now that she's finally, and begrudgingly, arrived at Jade Forest Mountain? And how will this ancestral grandmaster train his new, very unenthusiastic disciple? Join me next time on Let's Read as we continue to follow Zhu Yao's incredibly reluctant and always hilarious journey in My Disciple Died Again. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you're enjoying the show, leave us a review. It really helps us out. Until then, keep those pages turning and your sense of humor firmly intact. Bye for now.